Some days we're just analyzing trends. But then there are days like today when we get to announce that history has been made. But, real quick, the important stuff first. This is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice, okay? All right, now let's get to the celebration.
And there it is. That's the headline. For every single person who held strong, who showed that conviction through that little dip we had, well, this is the moment. The correction isn't just over. It is officially, completely, and emphatically done with. And this is why. Just look at that number. $1.982 million. Wow. We are officially in record territory. This isn't just a recovery, folks. This is a brand new, never-before-seen all-time high for the fund.
And let's be super clear here. We didn't just crawl back to that old peak of 1.959 million from back on January 6th. No. We absolutely smashed right through it. We are now sitting more than $22,000 higher than that last record. Now that is what you call a powerful breakout. So what's next? Well, the next big one is staring us right in the face. We are just $17,809 away from hitting $2 million. That's less than a 1% move from here. It's not a dream anymore. It is right around the corner.
But hey, this didn't just happen overnight, right? To really get why today is so huge, you got to look at the journey over the last 35 days. The backstory here makes this new record feel even sweeter. And what a journey it's been. This beautiful V-shaped recovery had 5 clear stages. It all kicked off back on December 11th. Then we had that incredible rally into the new year. We toughed out a really healthy quick correction down to about 1.85 million on January 9th. And then, boom! We just powered right through to today's new record. What a ride.
And the numbers behind that ride are just staggering. Over the full 35 days, the fund is up over 356 grand. But get this, just since the Christmas low, a massive $417,000 surge. We're talking a 26% gain, which just shows you the incredible resilience and momentum we're seeing. So a rally like this doesn't just happen by itself. It needs engines, it needs heroes. So let's talk about the key players behind today's huge breakout. And we have to start with the undisputed champion of the day, KTA.
Just look at that. KTA volume absolutely exploded today, hitting almost $2.7 million. That is a full 25% of the entire protocol's volume today. This wasn't just a little nudge, this was a tidal wave of KTA activity that basically carried the entire fund over the finish line to this new record. And you can see that strength reflected in the KTA vaults. I mean, these are the capital pools that keep the whole thing stable, and right now, they are deep. We're talking over $146,000 in exposure just in these top vaults. That's some serious firepower.
But KTA wasn't working alone today. Oh no. While KTA was making all the noise with volume, another key player, REI, was in the background just quietly thriving, growing steadily and adding massive value to the fund.
And thriving is absolutely the right word. Check this out. The top 5 REI vaults alone have a combined exposure of over $207,000. And the growth is just amazing. The top 2 vaults are up 8.5 grand and 6.6 grand each just since the low point of the correction. That's real sustained strength.
Okay, so we've got our hero assets. Now let's zoom out a little bit. Let's look at the bigger picture. The proof that the whole protocol is healthy and that there's deep conviction here. And here's the first sign. Volume is back in a big way. After a little weekend dip to around 4 million, it has absolutely roared back to over $10.7 million today. Getting back into those double-digit millions, that's a huge signal of renewed confidence and activity in the market. Okay, and this might be the most powerful signal of all. A new all-time high for the bond price hitting $74.78. Why is this so important? Because it means people are minting bonds at record high prices. That shows an incredible level of belief in the long-term future of the protocol. And this wasn't just a one-day thing. The demand has been steady. Over the last 35 days, almost 3,000 new bonds were minted. That's an average of 82 new bonds being created every single day, even through the correction. That's just pure, unshakable conviction from this community.
Now, we've got to talk about the big tailwind that's been helping to lift everything up. Because no project exists in a vacuum, right? And there's been one huge catalyst providing a powerful surge for the whole market, and that's a rising Ethereum.
Ever since that correction low on January 9th, ETH itself is up almost 9%. It's climbed to over $3,300. And you know what they say? A rising tide lifts all boats. This increases the dollar value of every single asset in the ecosystem, and it's the perfect backdrop for this kind of record-breaking run.
Okay, let's bring it all home. We've seen the record-breaking fund value, we've seen the hero assets, the strong market indicators, and the ETH tailwind. So, what's the final verdict? How healthy is this protocol right now?
Well, the verdict is in, and it's absolutely glowing. New all-time high for the fund? Check. Previous peak left in the dust? Check. New all-time high for the bond price? Check. Volume is strong. KTA and REI are firing on all cylinders, and ETH is adding rocket fuel. I mean, every single metric is flashing green.
And all that strength, all that momentum, it all leads to this. We are 99.1% of the way to the $2 million milestone. It's not a dream, it's not a hope, it's right there. It is imminent. And just think about how fast this happened. From the bottom of that dip just 5 days ago to today's all-time high, that's a $127,000 surge. From the Christmas low until now, we're talking a gain of over $417,000. The momentum is just undeniable.
So yeah, history has been made. We have officially broken through to new all-time highs. The correction is a thing of the past. And that $2 million mark, it's not a question of if anymore. It is simply a question of when. And at this rate, it could easily be this week. DexFi just keeps on delivering.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this explainer. And as always, please remember, this is all for educational purposes. It is not financial advice. Never ever invest more than you can afford to lose, and always do your own research. We'll catch you on the next one.